Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is March 22nd, and we stand here in front of the Cauldron of Iron Banner at a new week in the Crucible. We've got some changes to Iron Banner. We've got a Nightfall strike that may have a weapon that some of you may need to be grinding for. Dreaming City is in Curse Week 2. We've got a new map in Gambit Prime, and more leveling to do in case you're not up to 700 yet. So let's jump into the week of activities and see what we've got. Alright Guardians, so here on the Director we always start with the Flashpoint. This week it is going to be on Nessus, a decent planet, lots of public events, usually something should be up. And then of course don't forget about your adventures, those will get you a chunk of the percentage for your Flashpoint and get you a piece of powerful gear as well. So you may as well do that, get a chunk of your Flashpoint done, go do a couple public events and just be good to go for whatever planet it's on. Usually a nice rotation, even if the public event, you know, if the Flashpoint and the adventure, they do only give you +1, may give you that little bump up in a spot of gear that may be lacking. So definitely knock those out. Then for the Vanguard this week, we're going to have Solar Singe all week long. So whether it's Whisper, Sleeper, Avalanche, if you did get that one, have some fun with those weapons. We've got Brawler. So it'll be a triple Brawler week, so the rotation will be Brawler, Grenadier, Heavyweight, Brawler, Grenadier, Heavyweight, and then Brawler. If you're looking for Heavyweight specifically, that will be Thursday and then Sunday. That's usually the one. If I'm going to grind out strikes or anything, may as well Heavyweight should be working in my favor. So Thursday and Sunday will be your Heavyweight modifiers for the week. Over here on the Nightfalls, we've got the Garden World, or a Garden World, I should say. This is in the past Vex area. This one's really not too bad. It's one that you definitely can solo. Burning the boss can be somewhat harder, but I will definitely see what I can do. Something like Thunderlord, Heavyweight, depending on what rockets and stuff you like. Wardcliff Coil at this point probably actually would be really, really effective if you got a way to stay alive, like Lunafaction boosts, a barricade of some kind. One of those would be a way to just dump out a ton of damage really fast, and as long as you don't kill yourself, like Rally Barricade is more why, Lunafaction you shouldn't. You can pump out tons of damage, and Wardcliff is so powerful right now. I bet you can one-phase that boss in about 5-10 seconds. Probably going to be pretty quick. The Inverted Spire, we had this one recently as well. This is going to be the strike where you kind of go down in those 3 phases once you get down to actually fight the boss. So that is the big giant drill. If you haven't been there before, I'd be surprised most of you guys have. And your exclusive reward that you can get there is the Trichromatica. So that's the Ghost Shell. And then the Garden World has the Universal Wave Function. That's a ship. The one most of you will likely be playing is the Corrupted. The strike exclusive here is Horror's Least. It's an arc pulse rifle. And some of you guys need this for collections and things like that. So if you don't have it yet, this is definitely a good one to run. Now you can solo this one. Not the easiest. Believe me, it took me a little while just to put the video together. But you can actually one-phase her if you guys kind of work together and coordinate your timing. Now, doing this with randoms can be tough, but because you kind of need to have your timing spot on. And Thunderlord definitely will help, but if you can get enough arc damage dumped out, maybe something like Wardcliff Coil, again with its beast upgrade, it could be doable as well. But if you can one-phase her, you'll cut off the speed of the run, and you can probably burn through it pretty quickly. So if you get a group Wardcliff Coil, if you're trying to solo it, Thunderlord gives you a bit more flexibility, and then she will go down pretty quickly once you drop that shield. You just have to be fast, but it is doable. So maybe I'll see if I put a video up for that this week. But if you want to see a specific Nightfall, let me know which one you guys would prefer to see. At least a Nightfall run, much less a 100k run. I'm getting close to 690. Still don't know if a 100k run is going to happen on all of these, but let me know if you guys have a preference for a strike video to get put up this week. In the world of Gambit, this week we have a new map for Gambit Prime, so we're back on the one on the European Dead Zone, so all grass and beach and all that fun stuff. So I'll forget the name offhand, but that is the Gambit map for the week, and they should all, I think, be back in rotation next week. For the Reckoning this week, I know first week of Tier 3 we had Oryx. Second week, last week, they had the rotation with the Knights in there. If this is on Tier 3 for something new, I actually haven't done Tier 3 yet, so if somebody knows, feel free to drop a comment below and let us know, because that would be news to me. But yeah, new map here for the week, back in the forests, and then we've got the Reckoning, Tier 3, of course, if you guys are trying to get up your sets. Finally, over here in the Crucible, in case we didn't talk about it before, the Iron Banner is here. Now, we've got a couple changes this time around. Again, it is still 6v6 control, that's not a big surprise, but you have your buffs and debuffs that you're able to pick up. One that is going to lower your power level, so take my wonderful 666 right now, so just the perfect number, and you can drop that down by 100, so you're 566. So you're definitely at a disadvantage. People are going to be harder to kill at that much of a disparity. But you do actually have a chance to get a triumph accomplished if you do that. If you defeat 500 opponents who have a higher power than you, you can get the pinnacle, per se, Iron Banner weapon, which is going to be the Wise and Rebuke, It's got a curated role. They don't quite know what it's going to be yet. I'm sure somebody will grind it out quickly. But this is actually kind of a pinnacle thing for Iron Banner. You don't have to do it just this week. It wouldn't for Iron Banner for the full season. You'll have your chance to do it. 500 kills is a lot. If you do grind this thing out in this week, you are awesome and a little crazy. But I would try and space this out a little bit, just see how the progress goes. But to do that, we'll talk about what it takes to actually accomplish being lower level. Finally, for Mars, if you guys are wondering for Escalation Protocol, we do have the SMG dropping this week if you guys are looking for your Icolo set for any multiple of reasons. We'll hit Tangled Shore and Dreaming City after we hit the vendors, but first let's go check Eververse before we go talk about Iron Banner, and then see if Ada has anything good this week, which hopefully she does. Alright, Eververse this week has the standard engrams. We do have the Delectable Motes bundle and the Street Smarts bundle, Sorrowful bundle, and Prime Time bundle. So, Prime Time bundle is just going to be 5 engrams. You do have your Sorrowful bundle, which is going to be your Thorn Ornament. If you guys do want to know what that one looks like. Looks pretty cool. Definitely one of the cooler ones, for sure. But it is one of those that you are going to have to purchase. Does come with the Illicit Transmet effect as well. Kind of a cool one, just going through that green portal. That one is going to be 1100 silver, so if you do need to pick some up, that would be your way to get that one. Delectable Motes bundle. That's just going to be your Gnawing Hunger. Again, the ornament there for some of the legendaries. It's up to you if you want to spend the money on them. And then, of course, we've got the Outlast. This is, again, what I think the Pulse Rifle bundle as well. Cool looking ornaments. I just don't think I'll spend money on them. Down here, we got the Watching You dance. So, you know, eyes watching you. Yep, good old Fast and Furious. And then Dance Hall as well, just jamming and grooving. That one's pretty awesome. Whoever did the mocap on that one, hats off to you. That's pretty solid. You got your standard sparrows and ships. You have your Hissing Silent Shell. This is the kind of shell of the 9 that's going to have this little ghost emblem change to symbols of the 9, which is kind of cool. And then, let's see, we've got your Endless Loops, your ACD0 feedback fence. Just kind of a brighter color, not really a big difference on those, sadly. And you've got your ornament for the Prospector, the Caution Heavy Machinery. I like this one, and Prospector did a pretty solid buff. You can hold a lot of grenades in this thing, pump them out really quickly, fire your 8 in your clip, let go, fire your 8 in a clip, let go. I mean, you're going to get tons of damage pumped out. Grenade Launcher's got a buff. They actually can do a pretty solid amount of damage right now, so don't neglect those completely for the right place. Alright, let's go talk to Saladin and see what Iron Banner looks like this week. Alright, Guardians, so once again, Lord Saladin comes in with his bounties. Each of these are going to drop powerful gear, so if you're working on leveling up a character, these are definitely something to do. Spend some time in Crucible, get some Valor. Valor is also, I think, 2x all week long, so definitely keep that in mind. Remember, each bounty unlocks the piece of armor or weapon below it, so if you're looking for, say, gauntlets, specifically for the set, you're going to want to make sure you do the bounty that's directly above it. So each one's going to be worth 25 tokens. So those are nice as well. These last two will be the ones unlocking the weapons. We've got the Breath of the Dragon with Outlaw and Kill Clip. That's actually pretty solid. A Range Masterwork, and then you've got Full Bore and High Caliber Rounds. It's a pretty damn good roll, honestly. Outlaw and Kill Clip alone is really solid. So if you like submachine guns, this one's got Range Masterwork, and you can bump it even more here. Stability might be a little low, but that range working a little farther. Pretty good roll for a Breath of the Dragon, I definitely have to say. Or Wings Mall, they brought it back. You have to complete the bounty, the route. This is a separate one. So we're going to look here in the Crucible and see in Iron Banner what we've got to do here. So I've got Atlas Unbound. That's the one for Wisener Book. If you're those 500 that are underneath the route, we've actually got to see if I can find it. Possibly. Don't actually know where it's at. Gone, releasing the hounds. I don't actually know. If you guys know what it takes to actually get that bounty done, I'm not going to dig through it now. I didn't think it was actually going to require bounty, so I'll dig into that one later. But we have these down here. The Iron Burden and the weight of guilt is going to be your emblem, and the Iron Burden is going to be what, like, lowers your power level. So this is how you're going to work on getting the Wizened Rebuke. Decreases your power by 100 while participating in the Iron Banner. Now, if you go into other activities, you'll be okay. I don't know how long these things last. They are going to be with 5 tokens, so you're going to have to play some Iron Banner to get some tokens. So there's going to be a little farming involved. If you're looking for a full set and you also want to get the Wizened Rebuke, it's probably going to be one or the other, so you can continue to have enough of these consumables so you can have that buff, or debuff, I guess I should say, active. This is your way to track it as well, the weight of guilt. So if you're running it and you're running, under-leveled, you can track your kills, or you can use the Triumph either way. Other than that, I'm going to have to look and see what the route bounty actually is. I might do that separate and stick it in the middle, but we'll just have to see. But let's go see if 801 has something new. Finally, she's been stuck on the same stuff for a couple of weeks. Let's go check. Alright, Guardians, I have not looked yet. Weapon rolls for the week are machine gun. There you go. If you don't have hammerhead, or you just need a powerful heavy to infuse something into a slot, that's a good thing. Got the auto rifle again, sadly, so that thing's back for ringing nail. And the bow. So one is better. If you are going to grind anything, I would put the machine gun first, then the auto rifle, then the bow. Preference is personal, but that's up to you. But if you don't have a good hammerhead, definitely start here, or at least you'll get a heavy weapon that you can fuse into something of yours. These should be dropping a little bit higher. To my knowledge, these might be a little higher than the plus ones, maybe the 2 or 3 categories. So depending on if you're looking to get close to maybe, 700, save this a little later. Or if you're looking just for that bump, either way. But yeah, machine gun, hammerhead, always a good thing to knock out. Gambit should be pretty standard. Just make sure you pick up your bounties before your bounties from the Drifter before you go into Gambit. Let's go see if, Spider has anything special. Otherwise, we'll wrap up in the Dreaming City. Alright, Guardians, well, to no surprise, I think Spider's stuck in a loop right now. Blood Cleaver is still the wanted bounty. This is the one on IO. I didn't even do it last week, and it's still sitting in my inventory and did not change. If it was a different one, it will actually change, and you could pick up more than one. So, still stuck on Blood Cleaver. If you've done it before, it's easy to do if you need that powerful gear, but if you didn't do it like I did, gotta wait. Other than that, if you do need some easy bounties, remember these are always pretty quick. Grab a enhancement core or 2, and then let's go talk to Petra in the Dreaming City. See you there. Alright, Guardians, we are in the Dreaming City. It is Curse Week 2, so nothing too crazy going on yet. Shattered Throne will be back next week, which is good because there's a lot going on at the moment. But let's see what Petra has for the week. Probably nothing too out of the ordinary. We've been here through this rotation a lot. You got the Oracle Engine. That's where you fight the 2 giant ogres in the end. You've got your daily bounties to do and your Ascendant Challenge as well. Daily bounty's pretty easy, at least for today when I'm recording this. We've got patrols, pick up your Barian Bow, enemies defeated, Lost Sector, Bay of Drowning Wishes is right behind you, and the Heroic Public Events, just do 3 of them Heroic and you're good to go. So, those are pretty quick and easy. If you got some extra cash lying around, buy a few raid banners, and that will wrap up the week. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Of course, you guys know Ascendant Challenge will be next, but let me know down in the comments which of the 3 Nightfalls you guys do want to see in potentially let's stay solo. Might try a 100k run, depends on the strike, depending on how many points I can get from it. But all of that being said, if you guys want to see any content from me, I have been streaming a decent amount of Sekiro. I'll probably be doing that off and on throughout the week as well. I'll be working on playing Division 2 after I probably finish that one up. Don't want to play 16 different things at a time. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys are enjoying the videos, drop a like below. You guys can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, it's Ebontis on both, but right here on YouTube. Leave a comment if you just want to say hi. If you guys want to see a certain video from me, and if you just haven't subbed to the channel yet, hit that sub button and that alert bell, and I will keep coming into your feed. So thank you all for the support, 33,005 and going, so thank you guys, have an awesome week, and I'll see you soon.